On this video, I'd like to go over acquiring your digital assets or your image files in Adobe Bridge. We're going to be using the Adobe Downloader application. If I go ahead and go up here to get this little camera icon, you're going to notice that you get a little dialog box that says Get Photos from Camera. That will be one option to acquire those images, or if you prefer, you can go ahead and hit click and then scroll down to Get Photos from Camera. I just find that this is a more lengthy process. And what I want to note is you've got three dots there, so it's going to give you a dialog box that gives you more options. So let's go ahead and explore that in Downloader. Next, Downloader is going to launch, and while I'm waiting for that, I'm just going to move this back to a standard dialog, and then I want to select from which device. So I know it's this particular card up here, so it will show several different options if you have them available. If not, it'll just show your one card or camera. Next, I want to go and put those into a particular folder. So I'm going to go to Choose, and this should pop up another dialog box. And this is not the folder that I want to go into. I recommend for the course that you guys stay organized by putting your files into one particular folder. So I'm going to go to my Pictures folder, and I've created a folder within there. Then I'm going to select on Art 23 Color Tests, double click on that, and then hit Open. And now you're going to be placing it within that particular folder. So your downloads will be going there. A few things about creating subfolders. Let's just go ahead and click on this. I recommend that generally you're going to be creating subfolders based upon potentially the assignment that you're working on or some other information. Whether that be the shot date as are listed there or today's date. You know, that really is a matter of preference based upon each individual. I'm going to generally go to the date that I'm downloading. It's one particular setting that I do. Let's go ahead and click on that with today's date. And so that's the name that's going to get it. And you can customize this as well. And then in terms of renaming files, keep in mind that your camera counter resets at 10,000 images. So generally, you don't want to be using, I recommend giving it a more specific name, and you can go down to the custom name plus the shot date, which is a really great way to do it. Let's just go custom name and then plus shot date. You're going to go ahead and type in, I notice that this is from the last download. I'm going to go ahead and reset that to 1. It'll reset every time you do it. And then in this particular area, I'm going to go type in color. And then I like to do underscores for test. And then you can do another underscore if you'd like a separation there. You're going to notice that it has 3 zeros, so it's a 4-digit number. I'm going to now launch into the advanced dialog just to show that you have more options available. So I've got that set up. My color test is still right there. This is just in the advanced dialog. It's going to give me more options to select which files. So I can either click or unclick a file based upon which ones I want. So let's say if I've already done a download and then I forgot to reformat my card, then this would be one option that gives you the ability to select the particular images that you want to download into that folder without going back and deleting them once they're into that folder after the fact. So now let's just kind of walk through this. I'm in the advanced dialog once again. You do have options to uncheck all or check all. So right now they're all checked. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck all, and then I'll go through and select the ones that I want. Advanced options. So if this happens to be closed, you can open it up that way. Open Adobe Bridge. And I really want to stress that everyone's converting to DNG. DNG is going to take it out of the proprietary camera raw format. If you're with the Sony, it's a .arw. If it's a Nikon, it's .nef. Canon, it's a .cr2. I really recommend this in terms of the DNG format, because what it does is it does not need a sidecar .xmp file. And that's in another video if you want to see how that works in terms of how the sidecar functions. A DNG will embed that information within the DNG format. So it's one file with all its extra information regarding color settings and so on that you make changes to in the future will all be embedded into that DNG, or digital negative. That's what it stands for. So at this particular point, I'll just go ahead and select convert to DNG. So that'll take it out of, you'll note that I've got an .arw because these were shot with a Sony camera. Don't worry, I'd uncheck don't delete original files. I would save those. In terms of the basic metadata, I would just have this as basic metadata. Creator, I'm just going to do copyright down here in the bottom. If you'd like that copyright symbol, that's going to be an Option G or a Control G with the PC. And then you can just type in your name. And then once you've gone ahead and set that, I'm going to go ahead and just pause this really quick. And I clicked on the top, and then I went down to the bottom where I wanted to select files, and by holding down the Shift key and then re-clicking, I clicked once at the top, holding down the Shift key and clicked on the bottom, it will select all the images that I had selected for this particular download. So that's one option if I don't want to download all 400 images. Once I've got those set, each of the buttons are set for my particular download, then I'll go ahead and get media. And it's going to go into this and it's going to start copying the files and converting them to DNGs as we go. And then once you're done, you'll get the dialog box to pop open with the folder. And here we are. Now you can see that I've got the folder that I selected at the very beginning, the date from today, starting with the year, and then today's date, 9/1, and all the images that I've downloaded. What I want to note is they're all .dngs at this particular point, and you can see the color test, my name, and then the date that they were shot, and so on. And so there you have it.